Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Godash. I'm Tazayir Gabar from Prophets of Babylon, Waco, Texas, under the branch of Prophets of Babylon, Tampa Bay, Florida camp. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation on down to the hopeful elect. Alright, that's scattered, pushing out this truth. And I wanted to get into, enter ye that Strait Gate, which is straight, the Strait Gate, the path of difficulty in this walk in getting the kingdom of heaven. All right, because we are in these fleshly, sinful bodies, and we're trying to be as righteous as possible in a world full of wickedness and sin, because we are under the heavy vibration of, our oppressors, Esau, Edom. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, and we're trying to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. All right. So, this truth alone is a hard path. All right, and I'm going to get that in Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the Strait Gate. All right, definition of the word straight is going into path of difficulty. All right, that's straight, S-T-R-A-I-T, is meaning path of difficulty, because this is a difficult walk. All right, we basically going against the grain, against the ways of this world. And you got now Thanksgiving, celebrating the day of the slaughter of the so-called Native American Indians, the tribe of Gad, Thanksgiving. All right, and if you in my situation, I'm still with my parents, so they celebrating it and I'm not, even though I told them. So you basically, when you come into this truth, you learn what it is and what it ain't. All the lies that you've been taught by this world or whatever, school systems, Esau's philosophy, his false doctrines and all that, and you learn who you really are. You stop doing the stuff that you grew up doing, basically being reborn. And that's a part of it, untaching yourself from this world, because the Lord chose us out of this world. We're not of the world. We don't do the things the average two-third Israelite out here doing. The average Israelite out here doing. All right, still being wicked. All right, that's the form of the Strait Gate. All right, stuff you been doing, you putting that off, and your family looking at you weird. They looking at you all weird. The family members talking about you or whatever. So, enter ye in at the Strait Gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way. So wide and broad is basically the path of destruction. That's what the world is going into. The world is basically comfortable. They smoke their little weed, celebrate these holidays, pop another man's woman, and listen to that death music, that drill music, and go to the clubs every week at a comfortable estate. Go to the clubs every week, party, commit more adultery and do the same thing, or whatever, 2/3 are out here doing. 2/3 of Israel. All right. So wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. All right. Which is basically, the end goal, what the end goal is, the nuclear missiles. That's the ultimate destruction. But even before that, the Lord can take you out before the nukes, And many there be which go thereat. So the wide gate, that's the easy way, following after this world, basically. Us entering that straight gate, we're striving to get saved and get delivered. Ultimately, get the kingdom of heaven. We're doing what's supposed to do. We're doing the works, showing our faith by our works. All right. Trying to offend the Lord less and less as possible. All right, because brothers want the kingdom of heaven. Ultimately, that straight gate leads to the kingdom of heaven. And that's following after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Verse 14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life. So, and that's going to get more in depth in Second Esdras, which this image right here, this is a perfect example. But it says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Because only a remnant is going to get it. Let me get Luke 13:24. This is Luke 13:24. Strive to enter in at the straight gate, for many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able. All right, so this is what we're striving for. And not everybody's going to get it. Many are called, but few are chosen. Matthew 22:14. For many are called, but few are chosen. Many people are called into this truth, but only a few is going to be chosen. That's going to make it to the kingdom of heaven. This first go around, I should say. Because all Israel is going to make it, but the thing is, 2/3 are going to know death by pain. All right. 2/3 are going to have to get judgment and die a horrible death and get reborn all over again in the kingdom in their right mind. That's the difference. But, you're going to have some elect men die, but it's going to be a different death. It's going to be glorified being a martyr. All right, but I'm going to get 2 Esdras 7:6. I believe that's the script. Yeah. 2 Esdras 7:6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of good things. And that city representing the kingdom of heaven. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. So fire on the right side, and on the left, water. Because, water can also be dangerous. Water can kill you. You think about being in the ocean and it's waves, giant waves are, crashing up against the ship. That could be terrifying because that water can flip that whole ship over and sink it if the Lord wanted, Like the book of Jonah, Jonah, he got on the ship trying to get away from being a prophet, and the Lord was finna sink the ship. And you read that story, eventually Jonah told those heathens that was on the ship with him to throw him off. And that's the only way that they're going to have peace. And that's what they did. And them waves stopped crashing up against the ship. All right. But that's a perfect example. Water can also be dangerous. Didn't the Lord flood the earth and kill the whole earth except for 8 people? All right. So it says, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. So like waves, crashing against the path, crashing against the entrance. But we're finna get more in that. But this is really talking about us in this walk leading towards the kingdom of heaven. We got things that's set up to, take us out and have us go off. Because we got spiritual demons, Satan, attack us, our family members, the world. That's not being with their philosophies and way of living anymore. So they coming up against us. We got Esau that's finna get ready to demonize us in the news and media. Esau Edom and his tactics, false accusing. All right. And then you got problems in your life that's going on, bodily afflictions, certain problems that you're going through, mental problems. You might got fired off your job, your car breaking down, all right? So that's the hell, basically the hell that we're catching. That's representing that fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. All right. So you got the brother going down the path, and you got the fire, and then the water right there, representing this hell that we catching in this truth. Verse 8, and the only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. So only one man can go at a time. All right, and that's representing what's that scripture? Each brother having his own lot in this truth. Seek ye your own salvation. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Oh boy, it's a lot real quick. It's a lot. Yeah, Philippians 2:12. All right, Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So each brother has his own lot in this truth. All right. And we supposed to obviously fear the Lord, and we supposed to obey in his presence. Not, in his presence and as well as when he's not here, which is now, because You know, the Lord is in the spiritual realm. Yeah. But how much more in my absence? All right. So going back to that second Esdras, we're supposed to basically bear our own cross. All right. So that's what that, but one man go there at once is representing. Second Esdras 7 and 8. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? So that's what we're doing, you know. We're fighting to get the kingdom of heaven. All right. It's easy to be, you know, in this world and following after these wicked niggas, you know, trying to be like these rappers and all that, which they faggots anyway. NBA young boy. All right. Second Ezra 7 and 10. And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. All right. So, all right. Israel's portion, the kingdom of heaven, is likened unto a straight gate. You know, that city set upon a narrow, what was it? A city set it upon a broad field. No, but the path is narrow. Verse 11, because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. All right, the Lord made the world for our sakes, the children of Israel. You know, and obviously Adam fell off following behind Eve, which that's that Sirach 25 and 26, I believe. Sirach 25 and 24, of the woman became the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Adam fell off following behind Eve, all right? Which Adam was ultimately Yahweh Shai in his past life. But verse 12, then there the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. All right. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. All right. But Lord willing, this video is edifying, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash. All right. This walk to the kingdom of heaven is not easy. It's difficult. We getting attacked at all aspects because we're not of this world. All right. Lord willing, this video is edifying. No, brothers catching hell in this thing. But we ought to keep fighting. Matthew, I'm going to end it off with this, matter of fact. Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right? That's the only way we're going to make it, enduring unto the end. But I'm going to close out, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakwadash. I'm Tazir Gabar from Prophets of Babylon, Waco, Texas. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of great millstone. Peace and salutation on down to the hopeful elect. I'm going to say shalom.